All right, where's Matt? Where's Matt? What does he do? No, it's Matt. Okay, well, let's do it without Matt. I can't clap as long as Matt.
Your hands are a little bit. All right, well, we have a weird clap.
I don't think I like you.
I
don't know.
welcome you guys. I'm excited. Today is a great day to be here. We have some cool stuff to share. We are following up today's meeting with the 1031 exchange class. How many of you are familiar with the 1031 exchange? Okay, we got a couple that are. I think as the market is shifting, the opportunity in 1031 exchanges for people that have assets that want to move those into other assets. It's a really, if you've never been a part of it, you don't know what it is. It's actually a really good way to transfer property and ownership. So we are going to jump right in and get moving this morning.
Yes.
Where was mine?
You can go to the first slide. Let's do that and woo woo.
No, I want to give Robert the break. Grid said, hey, you guys just go with your meeting today. They're hosting the 1031 exchange class this afternoon. I'm sorry, directly after class. After our team meeting, they're gonna have that class. They have some baked items in the back. We've got some fruit, we've got coffee. Thank you very much to Britt. Thank you very much to your team.
Britt. Next Tuesday, Britt will be doing headshots, correct? Is that next Tuesday? So did you want people to sign up? Are they just coming if they're here? How's that working?
That's a good question. I'll have to ask Rena.
Okay, so,
List, because
okay, so you,
20 people so far.
all right, so 20 people so far for headshots. So sign up if you want to get your headshots done. You'll see more stuff around, but that's next Tuesday. So shower up, brush your hair, look good.
Quick shout out to Britt and her team. I have a personal friend that runs a deal. And he has no idea of the connection and anything like that. He has moved a couple of properties the last couple of years with a different real estate firm. And I won't hate him for that, but we'll get to that. But that he had said how wonderful that you guys were to work with, that you were super responsive, that your people were on the ball and that you did what they said they would do. And he said he doesn't usually find them. So great work for you guys. That's awesome. Honestly, having partners like you in our office makes it so that we can get things done and that we know that our clients are being taken care of. So thanks, Brett. I appreciate you. All right.
Next, okay, so
1031 exchange
at 10:31.
at 1031. If I stop talking in time. That's a big.
Right? Oh, now he's here. They all made fun of my.
Class, it was like George Bush, not your little hand.
Oh, this is for you. So just turn around and look at the screen.
You know what? Right now.
Love it.
Of activity, you guys. I'm gonna call a couple of these out. Let's see who's in the building.
Awesome. Dewey's on. New ones.
In the room. There's Courtney. Sean, tell us about this one at 18424. You listed it.
It's sold already.
Okay, so how did you guys get that deal?
How did we get it?
Just dropped in the door.
It was a referral, but it was from a Sphere.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how you guys work your Sphere. He didn't know that this was happening.
That's a great question. We do a lot of relying on events in terms of promoting and interacting with our Sphere, in terms of blasting to our database. And that seems to be a way for us to just stay in communication with people and having, something to offer instead of just blasting.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Why we have this conversation is properties move really quickly, right? So in the past, we've had these buyer needs, sellers, and opportunities. Why this question now is when we talk about things a lot, you guys, it's so that we really get used to where are deals coming from. So that when you guys think about what you're doing, where you're marketing and the activities that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, that you correlate those with what is working for agents that end up on this more consistently, right? I just want to rip through. There's Chad, you've got a couple of listings here, brother. Do you want to say anything about, I just saw this one go on, right?
Yeah, that's actually referral from an ex-KW, now EXP agent. So
Oh, maybe they can't do, he couldn't do commercial over there?
they don't
Oh,
have a commercial group.
that's a bummer, right?
With her, this is a good opportunity. If you guys have, it's a law firm that owns the office condo. It's 2,800 square feet. They rent out individual offices. But he's selling and moving to Scottsdale. So like an owner operator could put their business in there and actually cash flow with a mortgage as well too. So that's right up to Lexington and 694. And then Michael and I brought Michael in couple of years ago to help sell couple of 10 units for the family. So this family owns the Schmick's building.
Yeah.
And they're selling this. We have another property that's going to be coming on Grand Avenue too. But we're teaming up to get that thing sold too.
Is there anybody?
That's what she's just checking right now. Is there anybody online who is on there right now? So do we have Dewey, Lisa, Adam, Martha? Anybody that can, actually. Oh, I see Michael Province. He's right there, him, right there. He's talking about the other one.
So, guys, as we move in here and we keep going through these is that what we find more often than not is when we ask these questions about where you get these from, there's Lynn.
I just said that Lynn's back there.
Yeah. Throw something at my head. Lynn, you have the one on 1039 Taft Street in Cambridge. How did you get that one?
It's actually Earl,
Boom, boom.
but another one last week that's not up there, that came in up in Duluth on 24 acres, that came in as a Google lead.
More about that.
Speaking of which, aren't you?
We're gonna be talking about that pretty soon.
We'll lead into that. And we've got another one that's not up there up in North Branch that is on the high school reunion Facebook page.
Oh,
My agent, somebody said he doesn't talk to since high school.
Really? Somebody asked me, an agent was in my office yesterday and asked me a question of, what would I do right now if I wanted to interface with more people? And I said, what would happen next week for a lot of people, high school seniors, graduate?
graduate.
Does that mean graduation party? So I have a graduating senior this year, like Todd does, and I have 27 grad parties. If I don't get a referral for one of you or many of you during it, Todd might let me go. But that's the thing is that if you think about it, it is a really great time to have conversations with people, right? So the family, this was the youngest, the one I went to already this last weekend, the family, the parent, it was the youngest kid, and it is their intention to downsize. They have a bigger house. And they're not exactly sure when, but I guarantee you this, I pushed them hard enough to say, listen, you're gonna be using somebody I know when this happens, and they kind of, yeah, haha, but then again, they followed up with me afterwards, said, when we do decide to sell you, we'd like some resources, could you introduce us to somebody? So we can get prepared. So that's the thing, go out and have these conversations. A lot of these people are gonna be moving and doing something different, and it's a great opportunity for you to lead that resource in that conversation. When I got into business, somebody said, don't ever miss a party, don't ever miss a grad party, never miss a wedding. If you're in real estate, never go, and always go to the wake. So I don't know what that.
I have agents that I know, not in this market center, but they base their business on, and they have 3 little children. And because I'm always like, how do you do this? You guys are at every photo I see, you went to this birthday, this grad party, they're everywhere. They just said that is one of their goals, is that they make sure that ideally both of them, but if not at least one of them makes it to every event that they get invited to. And they each have to meet at least 2 new people at that event. And then they go home and they talk about those people, and they add them to their add them to the database. And they actually said, even if they've been drinking, it's funny to see what's added to their database the next day. Because sometimes they go back and, like, it'll be one of those, like, she'll go, honey, you didn't have to put in the exact conversation you had. I really don't care that you guys talked about, and then.
Well, I'll give you one better and not the harp, okay, and then we'll move on. How many of you have downloaded the command app on your phone? Okay, so that's even better, right? Get in the car, boop, boop, boop. I met Steve at a grad party because he was graduating, right? And I put the information in right away. I think that that's, honestly, I think that that's simple. The number one reason that an agent misses a deal isn't that you didn't have the conversation, is that you didn't follow up because you forgot. Or
Did you know that if you have that on your app, you don't have to worry about being at the office or wherever to follow up. You could be sitting at the car dealership getting your oil change. Your tasks are gonna pop up on there and you're gonna follow up. You're gonna do it right then and there.
would
While
like
you're
to
sitting
speak
at
in the office.
Which, yeah.
I met a guy at Bold. We were talking about the app and he's like, I never used that. And I said, you really should use it. I said, there's so many updates. And so then he was, I don't even know what app to use. I said, there's only one. So I told him, I said, delete the other 2, keep that one. And then I showed him the QR.
Yeah.
Business. Oh my God.
Yeah,
And so now
Have you touched base with him since then? I bet he's loving it.
I'm giving to sell my, buy my house. Really? I sold it, but well, anyway.
And that is something I have heard. And so I will say, if you've been here, can't kind of birth. I've been here for that whole thing, and it's basically, you hear a lot of people say, no, I tried it. It wasn't that good. Well, you know what? It has come a long way in the last 5 years. So,
Business card in that, in case you didn't know. And what you could do when you're at, when you're talking about real estate and they say, well, you have a card. Say, I just ran out, why don't you give me your name and number and I'll text you, ma'am. Now you can give me a number, you know, they got it. Just a tip.
yeah.
Pro.
oh, right there.
Go to grand parties, wear a shirt that says you're in real estate. I mean,
A shirt that, what does yours say, Steve? What's that shirt say?
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
ask me or list with me or ask me about real estate and what is it? I'll tell you the 10 things to do or.
Okay, so it's horse season again, totally not grad party. Horse start, I sit with people that my horses have to buy their own hay. Who do you know that's selling or buying? And everyone thinks it's funny, but by God, every year we sell 1 or 2 houses off those horse shows.
yes.
Something I should have this memorized. It's the top 10 things to do when you're listing your house.
I think the number 1 is talk to me.
Y'all know the other night.
Love it.
He also has one that says the Bible mentions St. Paul, but nothing about Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Saw a woman walking down the street at Crandall Days with that shirt on. Yep. That's a good one.
You got it.
Nobody likes Minneapolis.
Self-notice. Yourself out there.
So we'll go ahead.
Move on.
This is one of those.
All right. Special guest today.
Come on, guys. Are we all with him online? We ran online. Did you guys see the massive amount of weight that is on that bar?
Oh, God.
This on Sunday, right? Saturday.
Here's something we relate to. Is that like?
How many of these people would you have to stack up and lift
Minimum 3 to 4.
on each side?
No, it's
How much was that?
750.
How's the car?
When you got that some bitch off the ground.
Like a couple refrigerators, like it. Either blending into, we'll give a pitch for family reunion because that's where I got my one thing from was to get more into fundraising and donations and working with communities. And this is one of them. It's a really great friend of mine who opened a gym a couple years ago in his garage and trained his neighbors. And now he's got a full business, has 4 employees. And he also has a Special Olympics lifting team. And that's its main focus. And that's a big part of his community. So while we were doing this on the track and some of my friends, there was another bar that was inside the door of the garage, and it was all the Special Olympics athletes. And they are just losing their minds. They're so excited about it. So there's no way that you can't be jacked up for this event. To tie in with that, I've got another event coming up in 2 months. This one is really close to the heart. I found out about this 10 years ago when I moved up here. Actually, one of my very best friends, he runs the Minnesota chapter. The event is called Relentless, but it is Hope Kids is the foundation behind it. And so Hope Kids is a charitable organization that provides events, money to these families who have children with cancer or basically life-threatening diseases. And some of these families, I mean, they are some of the strongest humans I have ever met in my life. And it's wild because we'll watch a guy do 1,000-pound squat and literally walk up in front of the bar, and there's a line of kids in front of him, all high-fiving him. And halftime, everybody's crying anyway, but it's a great event. And now they've added in strongman. I volunteered this over the years. I've never actually competed. And I technically retired from competing in strongman a couple of years ago. They didn't hold this throughout COVID anyway, and now they're holding it again for the first time. And we put strongman back in, so I'm gonna compete on the 5th, and we're gonna raise as much money as humanly possible. And the bigger part, we want to get as many people there as possible. This is just an amazing community. People from all over the nation show up with their children to these events. So we'll have people from all across the country coming to watch these guys lift, be in the community. There's a lot of different things going on. We'll have a powerlifting competition as well, and just other great events happening. So be on the lookout. One, yes, I would love your donations. It's always a big part of it. You can help supply for families to pay their medical bills. A big part of that is families who have lost a child to help pay those medical bills. That's a huge part of it. But then second, just to be there with the community and be around these people and absorb their energy, because it's kind of an odd thing to go to a place where you expect it to be really somber. And it's one of the most exciting things I've ever done. And everyone's happy. Everyone's in a good mood the entire day. Again, there's a lot of crying because everybody's just emotional about it all, but it is a very powerful, powerful event. So use the donation link, but you can also go to hopekids.org, look for the event, there's all the information there as well. It talks about Hope Kids and what they do, and what Relentless is and what they do. So yeah, if you have any questions, reach out. We're putting out also a couple emails with like a volunteer sign up eventually as we get a little closer. But yeah, and then just, if you can, spread the word. I'll share it on Facebook and Instagram, my links for everything, and then just spread it as far as you can, because we want to get so many people down there to help this year. It could be awesome.
We will have send out we'll have you send out this graphic itself. So if you want to share it on your social media and pages, you've got the actual graphic to share that with everybody.
Did your coworker live this weekend? He did 555. And 505. And that's the longest prospect started working out with me about 8 months ago or so. And and that's like the bar we have. You know, he's just getting used to the emotions again. He hasn't lifted a long time, and now he's already back in the 500s again. And again, there was an energy there because it was, he's just like, I can't pass this up as an opportunity to try this. With all these kids screaming and yelling, they'll run up to you and just, we literally started out with the bar on our side too, and they're just running up like, that's it. This is awesome. So on that note, after the event, one of the events is a frame lift. It's really similar to that, but it's a giant metal frame that has handles and there's posts on each end. My goal is to hit 1,000 pounds. So I'm going to start to put up some things too that if I hit 1,000 pounds, I'm going to donate $1,000. And that is my goal. But there's 5 different events that go over a few hours. We have probably
20 athletes or so, if that. So it goes pretty quick, but we'll need volunteers for just helping at the venue. And then volunteers, if you want to get in a good workout, to help with like loading the weights on, unloading them, moving them around, all that stuff with us too. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know.
What kind of volunteers you need? I'd love to sign up.
Anything from. We want to at really tables, historic tables and scorpions even, stuff that get people where they need to be. All that. So I'll get a sheet out here soon and we'll ask a couple of this work.
Well, you know what, I filmed what a superhero is, not long ago, and it feats of strength and people that care, and you care, and that's awesome. I appreciate what you do for people. I appreciate your commitment to that and the fact that you just go hard. So, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, tomorrow, ice cream social, you guys. So this will be offered by our building here. Meet us out front. It'll be right in front of the doors over there. They'll have their little ice cream truck. Who had ice cream last year? It was so good. And I'm not an ice cream eater, but they had like different, Jordan liked it. It was so good. Yeah, they had everything. So join us tomorrow, 1:45 to 2:30 in the front parking lot for anybody. All of you, join us. Ice cream.
Really good at lifting ice cream cones.
Nice.
You know, as much as like a pony weighs, like if you were to go to a horse show,
She just looked up pony price.
you could do that.
We just grab it.
Don't talk about Nick. Nobody else can.
Are like that pictures that have just weights on them. We've done ones where we've done our, you can go out with our documentary, but we have was on the side. Just granted, now those aren't actually net to that event, not that heavy, but visually it looks just insane.
Yeah.
And like we're doing the event coming up in a month that I'm sponsoring. We're doing a squat, but we have giant tigers on the end of the bar. So it's just, they only weigh like 120 pounds. But it's like that, it visually looks amazing. And that's really, we do stuff actually, this too for the kids, we make foam weights that are just active. So they'll go and it's, you know, 4.5 screaming. Cool.
Awesome.
It's an all, I mean, being prepared is really hard that time, whether you just come off or not, because it is draining, but it's so much fun. So it's, yeah.
All right, what is a flamingo and, what is a peacock? I mean, a flamingo.
Flamingos or peacocks?
Peacock.
Oh, well, so I got the wrong answer.
Making a joke.
I thought it was. So pretend that it says, what does a peacock and real estate have in common? I thought it was flamingo.
This was on the news 2 days later. So the floor is yours.
So, everyone, what do you think quiet enjoyment means when you give a warranty deed and it guarantees quiet enjoyment? We all took warranty deed. I never see anything else unless maybe it's a probate or a sheriff's deed. Okay, so when in the past, we're gonna say 30 days ago, because my speech has changed. I would have said that means that you don't have a bill collector coming to your door. You don't live next door to a brothel, and you don't have a meth house across the street. Quiet enjoyment. Those are the things that would affect typical normal people. But guess what? There's some not typical normal people out there. And they buy houses. And what someone might think as a benefit, in this case, it was neighborhood visiting peacocks. They were wild. They're not anyone's pet. Okay?
Yeah, I saw something about this, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, well, our office had our E&O insurance hit up pretty good for this one. And I would not have given the right advice as broker because I would not have thought of peacocks as being a material fact that would infringe on someone's quiet enjoyment. But they are bloody noisy.
They make like a.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so our office had the selling side. Buyer came in. I was thinking, there was pictures of said peacock sitting on the balcony of this house. No one did the peacock. But the seller's disclosure didn't say anything about the pretty feathers. They're obnoxiously noisy and will wake you at 4:30 in the morning. They filed an arbitration hearing. You know, they were awarded money to live in a hotel 2 months out of the year because of mating season. Or they're extremely noisy. I had to sit in a room with 4 attorneys who came in with bankers boxes of evidence. Okay, this is insane. We sat in there for over 6 hours. And you know, you sit at the house that the problem is. If you've never been to an arbitration hearing, they go to the home that the problem is, so the arbitrator can physically see or maybe hear the issue. And our peacock made a surprise visit.
Yes.
And that's the noise they make. They got awarded over $50,000, guys. So when you're talking to your clients about quiet enjoyment, if there is anything that comes up in that conversation, make sure it's being disclosed, even if you think, well, this is ridiculous. The rest of the neighborhood on the news program, they like their peacocks. They're really mad at these people because these people, now that they won their money, you know, you can tranquilize them and move them somewhere else. Yeah.
People?
Okay, funny enough, I heard that they got one of them after this happened, just within the last couple of weeks, they got one of them. There was
You
one,
got the other one yet?
they haven't got the other one at one, and spent a whole lot of time researching it since, but yeah.
Evidently, there was a greenhouse in Eden Prairie that 5 to 10 years ago used to sell baby peacocks, ducks, and bunnies Easter. So this is not the only random peacock in Eden Prairie. Okay. Who'd have known? Who'd have thought, you know?
Was there ever like, is it even okay to like propose that happen where they go catch them and remove them? Is that part of the?
They wanted their money and they got it. Not all people are normal and reasonable.
Doesn't that seem weird that can happen then later and then?
Oh, it seems really weird.
Okay, because it's like all of a sudden, like a week later, they work their money and then all of a sudden the problem's gone now because, yep, hey, we'll take care of it and remove it. They didn't give enough time to, I get it, but
Yeah.
that seems shady.
So just be aware, no insurance just paid out on this claim. That affects every one of us when we get our new bill next year.
Should they have done?
Should have disclosed that there was wildlife that made loud noises. I don't know. You know where I live, we got a mama bear and 3 cubs. I'm kind of like, I'm just gonna, if I tell, I'm gonna have to say that there is various wildlife that visits the neighborhood and property and makes various levels of noise.
You're gonna have
Causes nuisance in garbage cans. I don't know.
birds everywhere. We have an owl that hoots at night. It's like,
The coyotes are horrid,
we have them in Roseville.
but I'm just trying to think of quiet enjoyment a little broader. And hopefully we don't run into something like this again, but it's not on. And had that agent come and ask me, do I have to disclose the noisy peacock? I'd say, well, where, are they yours? Then where'd you go? I might not have given the right answer. I give the answer to the best of my knowledge, and my knowledge drastically changed 30 days ago.
So this apply to crazy neighbors as well?
Okay, so I will expose my brother. I won't expose the other parties. He asked, he said he's got obnoxious dogs behind him that bark and howl all night, and he can tune that out. So whatever. What he can't tune out is the neighbor on the other side yelling at those dogs. I don't know.
Because we have,
This is,
turn
that has to be as, is it a?
this creates a precedent. Because like the turkeys in the city alone, like they go into everyone's neighborhood, they chase people, like we have.
They're told to carry an umbrella, they're constantly scared of the peacock, or that, not the peacock, the turkeys.
They're
They're huge. And
They chase people, they chase
They're
cars.
very loud.
So that,
No, I'm not trying to scare anyone. I just want to make you aware that as an agent, if your client shares something like this with you, you have liability to make sure it's disclosed. All we can do is protect what you know. You're not the homeowner, you're not there during season, who the hell knows what happens?
We're on a train.
That was brought up too, so like people who can hear a train, who can feel the vibration, it probably should be disclosed. Actually, ask our attorney.
So when I bought my house, we went and looked at it a couple times and we knew there was a crack, but we never heard it. And the day we moved in, loud truck or train from tractors.
So
We create just a general bunch in there to say there will be natural wildlife that come through the area and make noise.
advise your clients how you feel they need to be advised.
But it just be argued like Southwest Minneapolis, airplanes overhead, then I mean,
But that has to be on the disclosure.
you have to like, there's a massive international airport, mile and a half over there. And you're renting for the flight path. Where's the fire? Who's together for?
I think what we learned is that there is no 2 and 2, disclose, 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 disclose.
Yeah.
And, I mean, this is stupid, well, I thought that the disclosure was that there's a picture of them on the MLS. You know that there are peacocks here.
The picture was actually of the peacocks on the homeowner's deck.
Yeah, yes, you can't put 2 and 2 together, you just have to disclose. So what I would always say, and I think that this is true, is that even if you don't think it's an issue, disclose, right? If you think that there's common sense, there's an airport here, there's a train track a mile away, or 6 blocks away.
And if they don't tell you anything, if you say, hey,
You're not, but they still might be.
that's what I thought, because I was like, if you.
Worded is it should have been the seller liable. But because all the attorneys in the room knew we have E&O insurance, they included us. Aren't they nice?
Well, what about like in my neighborhood, this is just taking it to a whole new level. There are so many kids that they will play ball. And it will literally sound like a stadium.
I think I would disclose that, so you don't get a Karen out there that's yelling at kids or calling the cops on kids that are just playing sports.
You can't get in trouble for over-disclosure.
I would just say
My question was, why did our, get thing?
Because we represented the seller. The seller should have.
like if I yell at my husband all the time,
The seller
you can hear me yelling,
pay as well?
you can hear me yelling at
They-
my husband all the time. Doors are open.
Paid our attorney $700 an hour.
What is the disclose that when she's working?
So does that always happen? If they're going through arbitration, that it goes to us too?
Arbitration, if it's homeowner and seller named in it, yeah. Don't have to be named in it.
The complaint.
But when people bring attorneys in, they know Keller Williams has a deeper pocket to the seller. So they almost always bring us in. Okay, I'm happy to do, I'm gonna give 2 seconds.
Okay, now we're gonna go to the next slide real quick. You can give, but you give us more than 2 seconds, because lead up to why you're,
Okay,
what you've got.
right now, Monday, I closed the Google sale. I have 5 pendings that are all from Google. Three of them that are from Google, and actually one of my agent's biggest buyers of the year came from Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least, I think we're up to 12 if I really were to count. I couldn't see it all.
offering. And it's only
So, I'm gonna tell you right now, start listening, because 5 people.
Peacocks, homes with peacocks.
No. Okay, so the goal, I have that set up. Did you get your goal card yet? Make sure everyone knows he's waiting for his postcard, because it looks like junk mail.
Okay.
Okay, so Google your business. Put you on Google Maps. You don't have to pay for that, that's free. I know Corby's are on it, because I see you guys. I don't know what you get for business off of it, but we're killing it. The only way to kill it is by getting
Reviews,
referrals,
reviews.
review. Okay, I get my words tangled when I'm in front of people. And you have to ask for those reviews. It is so easy to ask a Google buyer or seller, hey, you found me on Google, can you review me on Google? Here's what they say, yeah. I even got so brave, I called one of their moms, because she was kind of involved in the sale. Oh my God, you raised the nicest son, would you give me a Google review? She did. It could be people that you work with. It could be lenders, it could be title, it can be inspectors. Offer to give them a Google review in return. It isn't hard to set up. You gotta set it up on your Google. And then, I'm still waiting, I was hoping you'd have it by today. You have to get a verification postcard in the mail. They need to be able, Google has to verify that you're actually located here. Well, and then you get a code and you put it in.
You can also do, because I had to do this like 3 times, you can do a video. But you have to, I did mine outside the building and like they want to see like our address and this cross street and stuff. It took me 3 attempts. But, and no, you can't have your face. So yeah, there's like some weird, read through what it says, but it's a lot faster than the postcard. If you don't have to try it so many times.
I actually had to do it for my home address. And I don't have a house number on my house. My driveway is a quarter mile long.
I have a question, please.
Yes,
On the Google review thing, I had done one before with my cleaning business, and getting another one with the real estate business has been so challenging. I don't have a single review and just have lots of buyers that are really hoping there was somewhere to drop me a review. So that's a big problem that I have. I don't know.
reviews, but I am to help people that need to start the process going. Maybe someone else can teach a class on how to ask for reviews.
How we can talk, we can look at that.
Good ideas on how to do that.
Oh, yeah, Chad, actually, I think we're gonna get Chad here to keep class on that.
Yeah, we used a company called Thrive, THRYV. It's their whole Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Solange, watch for that. We're gonna, after today, yeah, we'll probably connect something with Lynn's class and then talk with Chad as well. So we'll get more on that. But one of the things, I think Lynn is pulling something up here on here, but one of the things that you saw on the screen is there was a QR code. Scan that QR code. She's gonna go more in depth and give a few more secrets, but only to the first 5 people who do that. And then you guys are gonna sit together in a room. If we fill that room quickly with 5 and we're finding that, hey, there is interest in this, which I would be kind of surprised if there's not.
All right, thank you, Carrie.
Right here.
And there's two of the 3 are here, and we don't, Moline really, we don't.
They are specific to Cambridge.
So it says it's sponsored, so you pay to be to the.
I honestly had, I wasn't smart enough to know how to do this. And that's why I don't want you to spend your money on it. I paid Home Snap to create this for me. My contract was ending up in July and I'm never signing up with them again. But
So she'll stay there. She can still get there without being sponsored.
so once you're there, like I've got 42 reviews on that one. I accidentally created 2 in July. I'm merging them. I got like 3 or 4 reviews on the other one. All that matters is that I'm there, and if someone clicks that, they get my phone number, and these are real phone calls. The majority of them are listings. When people are searching a property, they're not searching a realtor, they're searching the house. I wasn't expecting this. This was kind of like a whoa. when they're searching for a realtor, they have a house to sell. I had a listing appointment Friday in Ogilvy. I mean, I realized I work where you guys don't want, which is great. We're not. I had a listing appointment in Ogilvy, Friday that I know we were up against at least 2 other agents, and she emailed me today wanting me to put some information together. They're gonna build a barndominium on the back half of the property and sell the front half. Cool. I'm pretty sure we'll end up with that listing. Greg and I kind of knocked it out of the park, and I knew what her ponies were. You gotta get on to something. But please, I limited it. I asked the office to just let 5 people sign up for this. And we're gonna do it in a little conference room, and you're gonna bring your computer, because the only one I can't do this is Isaac, and thank you God so much that you let me do that with you. I'm not real talented at this, but I want to be able to share it, because it has made a huge difference in how my year is playing out.
Actually, and I feel like it even has been more of a recent timeframes. I feel like every time I see Lynn, she's like, oh, I'm leaving, Carrie. I got another Google listing. Carrie, I'm leaving. I gotta go. And I'm, okay, bye, Lynn.
It might be bragging a little.
Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad you are.
If you don't get that review once a week, you lose your spot. You're not in that top 3. So I mean, Harvey team, your people get their reviews, because you're always kind of hovering right there. But you could consistently be on top if you have another agent review, you have staff review, you have your lenders, your best friends. I've told my daughter, people that, sit in the truck with you when you're driving the horse carrier, they know you're taking business calls.
It says sold out. Oh,
Or treating those people.
this is now sold out. I tried to log in and register,
sold-
it's gone.
It's sold out. Okay. All right.
Well, I paid it. I gotta get my copy.
Well, Solange, if it is, so for those of you that are still trying to get in, if it is sold out, we're gonna add another one. So just be watching for that to come back out. And it'll probably be maybe 6 people this time, but we'll probably keep it 5 to 6.
And the key to this, you guys, is workshop.
All right,
Yeah,
thank
oh, yes.
you.
Do not come without your laptop, iPad, there with that.
It's meant for people who do not have a Google page that's active.
I don't have a Google page, but your KW email is your business Google page.
Right. So like, I already have mine set up. So should I not do this?
If you already have it set up, then you don't need to, as long as you can have it spot. Is it verified? Okay,
I have reviews and stuff, so I thought. it
then
was-
you're already done.
Unless you want to hear more about,
20 cities picked.
that I
you
don't.
might want to come.
Maybe you don't want to come.
Yeah, I would recommend if you are not getting,
And think about, you get to pick 20 locations. Think about your 20 locations, because guys, I don't have competition in Ogilvy, but I can make money there.
I'm not sure.
so if you are not getting what you're hearing Lynn talk about, sign up for the class, because you may think kind of like Shelley said, well, I already have my Google page, I already have this. Again, there's more to it than just having it. So I would recommend that you do the workshop. Again, bring your laptop, your tablet with you to the class. Do it as a workshop. If you don't get into the first round, watch for this afternoon and we'll probably set out another one.
I think I'm like learning how to geotag my photos that I post on Google. I'm getting good at this. I just not sure I can.
Soon Lynn will be running our social media department. Sorry about that, Sean.
It's not social. You don't have to interact with like be chatting and happy and stuff with it.
Not chatty. I love when Lynn says she's not chatty.
Chatty.
Marissa, you had a question?
I was gonna say, so I think this is important for queer people too, because I had something happen earlier in the year where somebody, some people choose not to be on social media, right? We think everybody's on social media, but if you are not, you're like, oh, I want to, get in touch with Lynn, I'm not on social media, but I can Google her and she doesn't appear. That's kind of an issue. That's why I set my, I had something like that happen. And I will say that JB actually got me in contact with somebody who was extremely helpful. So if we do like a larger workshop with the Market Center, I think it would be good for people to have their thing verified first,
Yeah.
but it's all about the pictures, like you're supposed to be really like feeding it, like.
At least 3 times a week, you gotta post to
We
Google.
have like a good,
Awesome.
1 review, 3 posts,
Perfect. So yeah, so join us for the,
even if you're on vacation.
join us for that and then just watch for more to come. We'll kind of expand from this. It sounds like there's definitely interest. So if it's not Lynn, we're gonna expand from there.
Are we really doing this? What, maybe March,
Maybe
maybe?
he's gonna say it hasn't been that long. I know.
To be honest, when I went into panic zone because I had no pendants. And I mean, I think we've successfully pended probably 10 to 12. That's like, 80 to 100 grand in monies with no referral fees. And I'm not going for Google words yet. I have not mastered that yet.
Well, thank you, Lynn, and if you have questions about Peacock, you can get all of them. Very much. All right,
Okay, guys, so this kicked off on June 1st. We sent out kind of the rules for it. The game board, it's still hanging or did it fall off? Oh, looks like it fell off the wall. Oh, is it out there? Okay, so the game board, thank you, Sean, for creating such a great game board, is hanging on the wall out here. Here's what you have to do. And again, so this listing competition, you're going to get a free ticket to family reunion if you make it to the big house, right there. To do that, you get 3 spaces for a listing. It has to be on MLS, cannot be in withhold. And the application or the listing contract cannot be dated before June 1st. So it has to be dated June 1st or later. When you have a listing that goes on as active onto MLS, just shoot an email to the front desk. But even if she's entering it for you, I ask that you please just shoot an email to the front desk. Just enter the listing for the contest. That's all you got to say. If Shannon's doing it for you, just shoot an email, just enter the listing, throw that property in there. We'll go in and verify the contract. Once we verify the contract, there are little heads with your face on them and your head will move along the board. Thank you, Corby's, for that great idea. Make those little heads. 3 places for attending call night, which we're going to see that slide in a minute, but call night has been changed so that we could get more people and more opportunity in there. 2 spaces for attending the Jean Rivers event, which we are currently at 109 people attending that event. So we need more people to sign up, even though she's about to cut it off. She says she's cutting it at 110, should be one more, but I don't think so because I told her today, go ahead and extend it out. So if you want to go to Jean Rivers, please register today. If you want to go and you can't afford it, you're wondering, how can I pay for it later? How can I do it another time? Talk to me. Let me know. We always find opportunities. Lynn, did you have something? I'll sign Lynn up. And that was the other thing. I had a few people that said to me, will you just sign me up and invoice me? Not a problem. Just let me know. I'll take care of it for you. So that was 2 spaces for the Jean Rivers, 1 space for every time we see you in this market center, lead genning from 9 to 11. If you're in here and you're doing lead gen, and again, lead gen looks different to all of us, but you are in here and you are either on the phone, you are on your database, you are doing something for your business, 9 to 11, any day, Monday through Friday. We're not coming in over the weekends. You guys can. We see you. We know you're here. You're going to get a point for that. And then what's not on this one? I think it's up here. Hold on. I knew there was 2 spaces for you can do this. Opportunity can be used once. 2 spaces when you're out there door knocking. Just send us a picture, but I got to get a picture in my cell phone or in my email of you door knocking. So whether it's somebody takes
do it on social media.
oh, there you go. But then tell me to look because we all know I am not on social media very often.
Shut up. Sure. Post it on social media that you're outdoor knocking and cultivating listings in a market where there are few listings.
And then 1 space for those that participate in never ending referrals, which is a great opportunity to be doing. And you're going to learn more about that here this week. Matt will be leading that and we'll send out some information on that coming up
It's going to come fast and the furious for that.
very fast.
And has anybody done, it's a newer course. Has anybody heard about it before?
Never ending referrals. Going to want to be in it.
We're going to be, it's honestly, you guys, it's a really, really, really great way for you to learn a system on creating referrals. And some of that is through reviews and some of that is through some other, follow. So check yourself there.
Now, if you are on a team You want to win this contest. You're gonna need to talk to your rainmaker. It's confirmed, but I'm assuming most rainmakers are gonna just say, have at it, you bring in those listings. Obviously, if I get a team, I usually have that team member and the rainmaker on that listing. Just confirm that, hey, he's good, she's good, the points are going to me. That person's not getting it, and that's who we're gonna then do those under. So again, that's why we're gonna have you send it in, whoever that person is that sends the email and says, had a listing go live, here's the address, we'll confirm it, put it under you. As you're going along the board, you can get a little Caribou gift card when you get to this spot. You're a little surprised, so I can't tell you what that one is. You get up here to this little house there, you get $25 discount off of your monthly invoice. You get all the way to here, family reunion ticket. So please, please just start doing your things. You must have at least one listing to qualify to the end. So while you can do all the little things in between, get you moving along, and then get that one listing to jump you overboard. If this is a new listing for you or a new thing and you haven't brought that in yet. So opportunity for everybody. Okay, so we just talked about call night and we said that, so it was supposed to be, I think last week, was it last week, this week? This week, okay. So we didn't have enough participation, which really blows my mind because we always do. I think it's because we did a little bit different. So we're gonna kind of go back to the old way. You can register right up until the day of. With that said, you won't have graphics till you register. But if you register today, you can have these graphics now. And the call night is at the end of the month, the 28th. June 28th is call night. So the sooner you register, you don't have to pay that second. I'll bill you. And we all know I forget. And so it takes a month or two. You can start sharing this on your social media. We're going to start at $500, kind of like we did last time. And as we grow, suddenly you're going to say, hey guys, so you people on social media, I decided I'm going $1,000. So now we're giving away $1,000. And if we get what we really should, think about that. If every person in this room did that, we could give away $2,000. So come to call night, $50, give away the money, but get the people to call you. This is such an opportunity to work on that database, to get your database cleaned up and filled in.
This is the time to do it, you guys. Market is gonna be, where's Tom? I'm not contradicting Todd. I think it's gonna be a longer build back. I think the economy is gonna stay, the rates are gonna stay for a longer time than expected, meaning there's gonna be a little bit more pain come fourth quarter this year than most people have experienced in maybe 13 years in some cases, but it's gonna be different. And if you want to get out in front of that, do the one thing. I mean, what does it cost for them to participate?
$50.
$50. And you get it out and just have a conversation. Use this as a resource for your people. Hey, give me a call and let's have a quick conversation about what's happening in the market. And yeah, that's it.
For $50. Last 3 questions.
Right? I'm talking to you.
Dean Rivers is what we were just talking about. Here's your link if you haven't. Otherwise, again, what you have to do, want me to register you or get you up there? I'll get you up there, Lynn. I see you.
Okay, something that we gotta hurry it up. Does anybody have anybody that they have done a deal with that they thought was a really great agent that they would love to attend this event? If you do, reach out to Carrie or I. We have a certain number of tickets that we would like to invite a co-op professional, somebody that you guys think did a great job, somebody who'd be a good fit for our markets, and let Carrie or I know, we're going to extend an opportunity for that person to attend. Now, we only have a few spots. I wish I could get 100 people in here, but that would be expensive. So, but we have a few spots that are open. If you guys want to come to us, first come, first serve, if it's somebody that you really feel powerful or passionate about.
New agents too?
What's that?
What?
Be new agents?
I would say no to new agents. The reason is that we want some production. With our K-Score program, are they with us now? They're not.
So are they?
Who are they? EXP, because I will fight for EXP.
It's licensed, just not.
Oh, there are license.
I mean, they have been licensed for a year and.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that totally counts.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
What I need.
Yeah,
It's a licensed agent. If it's somebody outside that is in the process of getting licensed, I still think it's a great opportunity, but that's where I would say either you guys offer to pay or have them pick that up.
If they've been in the industry and they're somewhere else right now.
Yes.
I would love that. Okay. Rose Fest.
Real quick, guys, Rose Fest, I don't, well, Peter Hiller's not in here, but he does this every year. This is opened up to the whole market center. June 26th, Monday evening, 6 PM. If you want to be in this parade, the idea is let's get a huge group of Keller Williams agents, but you can give away your own stuff. You can do your own thing. Put that on your calendar. I'll send out more. There's no cost to you. It's already paid for. We've taken care of that. So we're just hoping to get a large group of Keller Williams agents from our market center to participate in the Roseville Rose Fest Parade.
Number one rule of Rose Fest. Absolutely no alcohol.
It's only during, it can be before and after, so don't be alarmed. Don't be.
What's that?
Do not be alarmed.
We meet at the start of the parade or here.
So what we would probably do is we'll probably meet here and I'll send out some logistics to that once we kind of know. But we probably will meet here since we can't have alcohol on the parade route. And then we will all go together. Because usually you'll have, there's like a staging area, that's what they call it. And so we'll have our staging area. And usually you can't bring a bunch of vehicles in. We can probably bring in one. If somebody has a pickup where we can put like a oversized for sale sign Keller Williams in it, not a bad idea. Just a little FYI to those that have pickups.
Where's Linda? Linda in here? You guys, just this weekend, Odd Couple had the Grand Old Day Parade, and you guys handed out how many Frisbees?
Oh, gosh, I don't even know how many thousand.
They had
Thousands.
thousands of them.
Get your stuff ordered ASAP.
That thing was pulling, that had thousands.
The black bags, grocery bags.
Grocery bags.
I just want to make that clear. You guys would hand out your own items, whether it be cards, but obviously everybody loves the trinkets.
You can throw things at children. Candy.
It says we can't throw candy, but we always do.
It says, you can't throw it, but you can hand it out, meaning if you get closer to the kids and you throw it at them, it's okay. Hand it. Yeah.
So watch for more, but guys, start sending me if you are looking at wanting to participate, please just quickly just shoot me an email. I'm in, I want to do it. I will also send something out. And I think this might be, we might be at the. Oh, Star, no.
Definitely reach out to me, but they were sent out to you guys on June 1st. Must be paid by June 30th, or you'll get that $25 late fee. And then last but not least,
This is, guys, I'm just being honest. This is actual footage. This is true. This is Jordan, one of our agents on June 16th last year. So, and she's a little one, of course.
Yeah. We want to protect you. We want to be an advocate for your business. I know that CE isn't fun, so get your CE, please, 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 because you don't know that there are actually how many people don't get it done. I'm fighting for Jordan's mental health and your vision to get your CE done, because I don't want tears, and they're not going to be tears from her, they're going to be tears from you. So just get your CE done.
Someone doesn't get done and they've got a pending file that I have to assign to a different agent.
Sweet Jesus.
Paid?
No.
Figure out who does the most work. It's pending and someone else has to bring it to closing, it will cost.
Get your.
Now, and the way we look at it is that you guys have had a lot of warning.
Yeah.
your trying to be renewing some of you are up for renewal if you're done with CE. So I've been getting a lot of questions about, hey, I didn't notice from the DOC that, my license is up for renewal, it's my second notice. We have to do that. So you guys want to renew your own license, we will renew it for you once you have completed your 30 hours. So the renewal fee is about $70 or so this year. So you'll see that on your next invoice if you're up for renewal. So
What day is the 30th? What day of the week is it this year?
right.
Okay, so here's the scoop. Friday. Do you really want to have this done? Because otherwise you're making her sit here and work on getting all those renewed. I can guarantee you, I think it's her favorite thing to do on a Friday. I've already reviewed a ton of them that have renewed those that are done, so we're renewing them as they come in.
And I was just gonna say, I think I have emailed to a few of you yesterday, but probably like 9 or more, just reminding you, hey, days now today, until the deadline. Provide you with 2 weeks to submit your credit. Do not have your classes done by June 15th. You read class, so.
Last year, somebody waited until I think it was like the 27th, thinking, well, still 2 days, right? Great. They had repeated a course. They didn't have the one they needed. It didn't end well. And we did have to reassign that file.
It's not like it happens immediately as soon as it records. She has to resubmit it to the state and they are flooded. It can be 4 to 6 weeks that you wait to get licensed.
So if you have, if you're worried about it, reach out to me. All of our ready if you have motions after 2:30. You do not have anything to do this year. So if you were licensed June or July 1st of 2022, you do not have anything to do. I know I've had new agents reach out to me. What do I have to do? Your first June 30th, you don't have any due. So
You'll hear from her if you do. So if you haven't heard from her, it's a good thing.
yeah.
Now we just have one last person who wants to pop up just real quick. He's just going to stand up real quick.
Thank you already. I started really at the beginning of the meeting. I'm at 800.
Awesome. See you guys.
All right, guys, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a wonderful day.
1031 exchange, do not.
Right now. Right now.
1031.